Good morning, Copper Basin. As of today, it is Thursday, the 23rd. I'm pretty sure. Yep, it's the 23rd. So I'm gonna make some announcements right here. We have Alice's Adventure in the Wonderland on April the 30th, May the 1st, and the 2nd of May. Okay. And then the band concert, we have that on Tuesday, April the 28th at 6:30. I'm going to go ahead and say that's PM because nothing really happens at 6:30 in the morning here other than teachers getting to school, I think. I think some teachers come in early. Maybe. I don't know. But there we go. I'm not sure about the Alice Adventure in the Wonderland. I think that's 7.
Right.
Yep, that's 7. So that's the announcements we have. That's the things we have going on. And now I'm going to go ahead and do weather. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to step this way so we can look at all of the rain. For the next 6 days, we have a chance of rain. On Friday, we have a 40% chance of rain, with it being 85 degrees on the high, and then the low being 59. And then on Saturday, we have a 60% chance of rain, with that high being 79 and the low being 62. Sunday, we have a 40% chance of rain, with a high being 82 and a low of 58. Then on Monday, we have another 40% chance, 81 is going to be the high, and 59 is going to be the low. And then Tuesday, we're having an 80% chance of rain, with the high being 80 and the low being 61. And then on Wednesday, we have a 40% chance of rain, with the high being 80 and then 59. So it looks like it's going to be a rainy next week. For the next week, it's going to be pretty rainy. I don't know how much of this rain we're actually going to get. We're going to get, but it's probably going to rain Saturday and around Tuesday. It's going to be raining around Saturday and around Tuesday. I would almost bet that, but I would not bet money on it. I want to talk about how that has a 60% chance and it has an 80% chance, but there's still a sun. Man. Okay, so that means we got to watch out for Saturday for no sun and a lot of rain. But now we're going to look at Thursday, the day we're on today, where it's the only day where we don't have rain on the weather so far. It's going to have a high of 85 today. It's going to be pretty sunny today. There's going to be some slight cloudiness. And that's the weather. And now I'm going to turn it over to Peyton for sports.
Good morning, Copper Basin. So there is a game today at Cherokee, I'm pretty sure. So good luck to y'all. Do good. Y'all can win this. Y'all can got this. I feel like that's the only sport that we have a chance into. I don't know. But good luck to y'all. Do great. The games for MLB yesterday, the scores, I am going to present them to y'all. So the Cardinals and Marlins, 4-1 Marlins won that. Astros and Guardians, 2-0 Astros. Reds and Rays, 6-1 Rays won that. The Orioles and the Royals, 8-6 the Orioles won that. Blue Jays and Angels, 7-3 Angels won that. Athletics and Mariners, 5-4 Mariners won that. Brewers and Tigers, 5-2 Tigers. Yankees and Red Sox, 4-1 Yankees won that. Braves and Nationals, 8-0. No, 8-6. 8-6. I read that wrong. Like blind. Twins and Mets, 3-2 Mets won that. Phillies and Cubs, 7-2. Pirates. Oh, Cubs won that. Pirates and Rangers, 8-4. Pirates won. Padres and Rockies, 8-3. Rockies won. White Sox and Diamondbacks, another high-scoring game, 11-7. Diamondbacks won. And finally, Dodgers and Giants, 3-0. Got the Giants winning that. So today's games, there's a few games, not too much. Braves and Nationals, Brewers and Tigers, Phillies and Cubs, Padres and Rockies, White Sox and Diamondbacks, Dodgers and Giants, Yankees and Red Sox, Twins and Mets, and finally Pirates and Rangers. So those are the games for today. And yeah, I'm gonna give the show back to Wyatt.
Here we are. And now we're going to be talking about if school should start later in the day. Have you ever felt like getting up for school is one of the hardest parts of your day? Like no matter how early you go to bed, you're still exhausted when your alarm goes off. You're not alone, and there's actually a scientific reason for it. That's why I believe schools should start later in the day. Teenagers' bodies are naturally wired to fall asleep later and wake up later. During adolescence, our internal clocks shift, making it difficult to fall asleep before around 11 p.m. But even though our bodies need about 8 to 10 hours of sleep, many students have to wake up at 6 a.m. or earlier to get to school on time. That leads to sleep deprivation, and it adds up fast. When students don't get enough sleep, it affects everything. First, it impacts learning. It's hard to focus, remember information, or stay engaged in class when you're tired. Think about how many times you zoned out in the first period or struggled to stay awake during a lesson. A later start time would help students come to school more alert and ready to learn. Second, sleep affects mental health. Lack of sleep has been linked to higher levels of stress, anxiety, and even depression. High school is already a stressful time with grades, sports, and social pressure. Starting school later could help reduce some of that stress by allowing students to get the rest they need. There are also physical benefits. Well-rested students are healthier, have stronger immune systems, and are even less likely to get into accidents, especially when driving to school early in the morning. Some people argue that starting school later would interfere with after-school activities like sports or jobs. While that's a valid concern, many schools that have already made the change have found ways to adjust schedules. In fact, the benefits of better sleep often outweigh the challenges. In conclusion, starting school later isn't just about comfort. It's about health, safety, and success. If we want students to perform their best, we need to give them the chance to be fully awake, focused, and ready to learn. Sometimes the simplest change, like hitting the snooze button just a little later, can make a big difference. There we go. Man, I don't know why, but this is itching my chest. I have to itch it. Holy. But, there we go. That's why we should start school later. Because in our internal clocks, while we are in our teen years or while we're adolescents, our internal clocks shift. And that makes us want to go to bed. It makes it harder for us to go to sleep earlier because we're more awake during the later times of the day, and then we don't want to get up in the morning because we are not set to be on that type of timing, right? Most people are not on that type of timing. They're not set to a schedule. See, once like you always find people that are like, well, adults anyway, you always find that they don't even really have to have an alarm sometimes. They can just wake up at the exact time they need to for work and anything. Matter of fact, if they have something planned for the next day, if it's a scheduled thing, then they tend to wake up at the same time. But that's that, and now I'm gonna go give the show to John for the most important part of the day.
What's good, people? For today, for lunch we got hot dogs, and pretty sure there's gonna be curly fries or something like that. And we got pizza too. And tomorrow's breakfast is chicken biscuits with gravy and sausage. So get that and turn the show back to white.
You heard it. Go ahead and get that breakfast and lunch. Oh yeah. So now we got birthdays, and today we do have 2 birthdays today. We have Angie Graves' birthday. Happy birthday to you. I would say late, but it's not late at all. We are on time. We are on time. So happy birthday to you. And then we have Carter Kimsey's birthday. Happy birthday to you as well. And then that's the birthdays for today. Absolutely fantastic. Happy birthday to y'all. And now I'm going to close out the show. It's been a fantastic time up here this morning. I've been trying to speed through this thing, but, not the best at that. Not always. I'm trying. But I've speed through this thing. It's been a fantastic time. I've enjoyed it. I'll see all you beautiful people tomorrow for Fitness Friday. All right?